But I finally actually got this to work with the timer. So now I can see how long I'm actually streaming. I'm glad. Because that sucked. That genuinely sucked when I couldn't see shit. Okay. Not even a greeting, just the fact that I can actually see how long and all. I can see everything and I love it. That's amazing. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set this up and I'm gonna be right here. Okay. While I am setting up to where I can see the chat and I'll turn down my volume because I don't want to hear my voice. If you see anything in the background relating to the doors, my cat has been trying to get in my closet. I put pillows in front in hopes that maybe there ain't no shaking or anything else that would drive me crazy. What the? I don't like that. That is not okay. Okay, no. Okay. I figured. Oh, hello. I didn't know you actually stay. Stream Elements bot running. I didn't know you actually come in the chat. Interesting. Hello. I have a friend. That's a bot. I never had it chat before. That is actually really interesting. That's awesome. I don't know if anyone else could see it or if it's just me, but that's awesome. Anywho, hopefully everything stays steady. Hopefully it all works. I wanted to hop on real quick, so hello for anyone who's joining or watching this afterwards. I hope that it stays up. I hope everything runs smoothly. I wanted to do this as a video, but for like the longest time, I have been uncertain how to approach it. And she's knocked down a pillow. Round 2. This one's on camera though. Out. I love you, my fur baby child, but no. I have cat issues tonight. No. I have cat. Well, don't we do that? It makes. I have cat issues tonight. Baby don't want to actually stay away from my closet. Ha. You're not allowed in the closet. Here, you can sit beside me. I feel like I'm talking like 10 times louder than I should be. And she's gone. I tried. I feel like I don't have my camera right, but I don't know. That doesn't sound like it would be pleasant to the ears. Hi. Welcome to the stream. I am going to be talking about I look yellow. Do I? Oh my god, it's gonna be like my normal stream, so I'm gonna be distracted. I could turn on the lights in my bedroom. I could turn on the lights in my bedroom. Should I turn on the lights? What the hell are you doing? Oh, she has zoomies. Okay, that's fine. She has nothing she could break back there. I'm gonna turn on the light. I look yellow. Then I look pale. Then I look every other color except normal. That do anything? I don't think that did shit. Okay. For once in my life, I'm actually having a breakdown for how I look on the stream. Do I look okay? I don't know. Anywho, oh my god, I'm going to lose my shit if I don't figure this out. Okay. So someone I can I lean back? Oh no, I'm trying to figure out how far back I can be from my mic. So I'm a scoochy. Don't blame me. But let's try not to get table and put my legs down. That's me at work. Well, I feel like I'm talking louder than I should be, but you look okay. Okay, nice, thank you. I feel like I look yellow. I look like a minion. I just don't have the glasses and all. That's what I should be for Halloween. But then again, I'm too chaotic to be a minion. know what I would be. I'm something. I just don't know what. Um, I don't have any music in the background because I didn't really want music in the back. Does that make sense? I'm having to make sure I have chat up too. So, whew. I'm gonna be talking about a story, and I'm already like in heating to death, but I don't have a shirt that I can really change into because that short sleeve. Because I thought we was gonna have cooler weather today. Apparently not for once, so that threw me off. Um, so I'll be rolling up my sleeves. I have, if y'all remember correctly, and my cat is trying to break into my closet again. Can ya not? So, sorry, I thought this would be like a straightforward stream. Apparently not. Between, I swear, my mentality and this cat. I don't want that chair. Pen. Trace the pen. Do I have a laser point? I do have a laser point. The laser point don't work? I'm dying. I swear. Hey, look, I have a laser pointer. Do you want to? You want to play? You want to play with it? Yeah, you want to play with it. I see. You see, I want my chair back. I want my chair back, please. I love you, but I like this chair. Oh, it's gonna be a pain multitasking. I just realized this. If I'm storytelling and I'm playing with a laser pointer, I'm gonna be distracted just like my cat. Okay, we're gonna see if I can multitask. If I lose that ability, it's gonna suck. But this could be interesting because I'm having to focus on 2 things. 3 things, actually. But I have porcelain dolls in my room. I don't like them, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that out of the way. If y'all remembered, I played a game called Wardwell House. I played this probably like a good while ago. If any of you are familiar with it, I think it's a 3-part. If not, I think it's a 2-part. If most, it might be 3. But I think it's a 2-part series. And it is a game where you're stuck at this island. I think it's an island. But you're stuck at this house. You can't escape this house necessarily. And pretty much there was this one room I was playing through just fine. I liked it. I loved the atmosphere. It was eerie, and I liked it. But there was this one room. So spoiler alert with this part. There was dolls everywhere, and I don't know if I mentioned in the video. It's so long ago that I'd have to actually go out and find it. But I did not want to go into that room with the dolls. I hope that I wouldn't. I did not want to. I sincerely just hope that the game would not force me to. But of course, you had that feeling where it's like, you see it, you acknowledge it, you hope you don't do it. You're gonna more than likely run into it. So that's how that is. And pretty much, my cat is so focused on this. And pretty much, I acknowledged the doors. I turned around trying to get out the room because you hear the door shut. I hated it so much because I don't fear dolls, but I damn it dislike them in any horror game setting, especially if you're surrounded by them in a room. And at that point, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if anyone's watched it. I'm not gonna encourage y'all to watch it, but I had during editing during this section, hang on, let me not jump too far ahead, but I had pretty much finally got out, but as soon as I got out of that room, because there was a second door, so he was able to get through it after I had like a small mental breakdown because of that. Essentially, I don't know if I was 100% crying, but I was damn close to crying. Something about it had actually broke me. And pretty much from there, I had tried to briefly explain why I was not okay. I tried to briefly explain why those dolls bothered me. And I this is something that bothers me just because I remember it so differently, but so similarly how it took place. Now, I remember exactly what I said. I remember my movements. But this is where the editing part comes in. When I had went to replay that footage where I was trapped in a room and just got out explaining, I was doing hand motions that I don't remember. I remember having my fingers intertwined and wiggling them and squeezing my own hand to apply pressure of, hey, I'm okay, as a sense of reassurance. As well as if I'm explaining something and I may be nervous or I may be trying to get my mind sorted on one thing, I will use hand gestures more to what I'm used to, such as mostly around the sense of touch. So sometimes I would be just touching my fingertips, sometimes again I would be intertwining my fingers, stuff like that. But in this, when I was editing, I had briefly talked about it, just briefly. And I did hand motions across my neck and everything else that I do not, for the love of me, I don't remember it. I see you going back there. I see you going back there. But I don't remember this, and it bothers me because I don't remember it. I remember a lot of things, so it bothers me that I don't remember hand movements that I did in the past because that's not something I would normally do, especially when I think I said that I'm not going to do hand movements. I don't know. But I just genuinely don't remember it. And me sitting there editing, I made that little caption in the video. I said, hey, I really don't remember doing this, but here we go, because I'm explaining it anyways. I'm going to leave the explanation in, but acknowledge, hey, I didn't do this, or I didn't remember doing it, because I could have and just not remember it, but I swear I don't, because usually I remember what hand movements I do if I do them. So just right now, I do a bunch of this, so I remember it in most cases. And this leads me to wanting to expand more upon that brief explanation of it. That I hope I get in on detail. I try to record it like 2 times. I keep forgetting to include a certain section in each of those, so screw it. I think it'd be best if I live stream it. But I think a cultural up so far about what it is that I pretty much want to, which it leads me to want to do my nightmare series. I want to talk about some of the nightmares I've had, and especially with that one video, my reaction to those dolls, because I've had more interactions with this specific doll. Whether people think I'm crazy or not, whether it's just a trick of the mind, I want to share my experience. So for everything possible, I really don't want people to be upset about it in any way, shape, or form, which I wouldn't understand why they'd be upset, but I want to include it. You could have dissociated because of stress. That's why I think that's a possibility. I think I could have disassociated, um, with the stuff going on around me. Like I'm trying to recall something, explain it, but physically be gone. And if it makes sense, physically be just completely, you know, somewhere else. So that's why I kind of don't want to put it 100% on me just being where I just don't remember it, but it could have reasoning behind it. Um, but pretty much, I've had interactions with this doll more than once. I've had it maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 interactions total with this doll so far. Mr. Hop's Playhouse is a whole different story, which is why I was so late on it, actually. I thought someone was screwing with the Wi-Fi, and turns out no one was screwing with it. I can expand more upon my troubles if y'all really want me to go that far on it. That's up to y'all, and I could do something different. But that's just my train of thought for that. So for now, I'm going to start with a nightmare. I'm not going to start the physical stuff, the physical interaction with the doll. I'm gonna start with my mental. I'm gonna say mental interaction with the doll. So pretty much this entire day, I think this might be 2 days, if not like that next day after that very first interaction with that doll physically. Sure. But after that first interaction with the first physical one, me being awake. So when I say physical, I mean awake, aware. When I mean mental, I mean in my sleep state. When I'm mentally I'm in a dream state where I'm asleep. But all that day, it was calm, it was fine, everything seemed to have went normal. But for some reason, when it came to me trying to sleep, I had the most difficult time trying to go to sleep. But it wasn't as like it's like my body itself did not want to go to sleep because something was wrong. But I was able to somehow go to sleep because I think I practically just forced myself to go to sleep. But it was like something was wrong to not go to sleep. So when I went to sleep, it's all dark and all. So in some cases, I don't even have nightmares. I don't even have dreams. It's just all black. So that's how it started out. It was all black until when I have woke up. Because I'm still asleep. So when I have woke up, I was laying on my bed. Now, I'm gonna turn this off for a moment so I can kind of demonstrate this. But please don't take it into any kind of matter other than it's a story from my nightmares. So it's a retelling of what I saw from my nightmares. And this is one that just, I don't know why, but it sticks with me. It sticks with me, so it bothers me. But I was laying on the bed, and it's not like just laying there all cuddled up with a cover and all. I mean laying there as in I'm physically restrained. I can't do anything. I can't move. And it was all dark, so it is still like it is taking place at night. And for some friends of mine who's been to my room, it is big. And when it's dark, it is dark. So these corners, like in here, would be much darker. That corner would be dark, and even just a little bit around my desk could just be ominous. So I'm pretty sure you all know how exactly that is. It's just ominous. And it is not too comforting for those who is even remotely fearful of darkness or what's in the dark or anything like that. It is concerning to them. Your room is terrifying in the dark. But I sleep just well in it. That's the thing. I sleep so well in the darkness. And it's so nice. So as much as it can be horrifying, it's also very comforting to me. But sorry if I get very yawny. For some reason, I'll be yawning a lot. But it can be relatively terrifying. And so at this point there's shadows and everything. So it's very ominous and all. But I'm restrained to this bed. I have my arms bound to like the corners. This is why I say please don't take this out of context, because it's not meant to be out of context. I'm restrained. I can't do anything. So my arms are kind of bounded to the corners and all. So my ankles, I can't move. The only thing I can move is my head, and that took so much effort to even move my head. So the only thing I could really move that's kind of freely would be my eyes. Other than that, it's just physically impossible to move. Because the time I did attempt to move with my hands and all, whatever was around my arm, because the only thing I could see around my arms or around my ankles or anything like that that was restraining me was black smoke. But there is something in that black smoke. It is like someone had took a belt, like the thickness of the belt, and restrained me. But it wasn't the texture of a belt. Creepily enough, um, it is like a whole tongue. It's the texture of a tongue wrapped around my wrist, pulled me. But it has that same firmness as restraint of a belt. But all you can see is black smoke. You cannot see anything else. So that is something else that, oof, that's not fun to deal with. Because you can't see. You don't know what it is, but yet you could describe exactly how it is, which is weird for me. Um, Same, but it's also how quiet it is in your room at night, though. But despite being restrained to where I can't see what it really is, to knowing exactly how it feels like, which is creepy in its own way. And this is both of my wrists and both of my ankles. I can't do anything else. I was able to, like I said, just slightly move before it restrained me more, like it tightened. So, pretty much I had. So, my door is over there. So, hang on, let me. Don't have a way. So, my bed is like right here. My door is on this side of it. So, it is to the left of my bed. So I was able to turn my head that way, and I noticed the door is open. I don't like sleeping with the door open in most cases. And certainly not my bedroom door. Because screw that. If you have your bedroom door open when you're sleeping, something kinda wrong. If it's cracked, I can understand that. But a whole wide ass open door. Nope. You ain't seeing me over there. It's called I'm locking that door shut in some way or another. So I see that door is open. It doesn't move, there's no sound, it's just darkness. And it makes it worse. Because when that door opens, so I can kind of see everything in my room despite the darkness. You can't see shit out of that door being open. That door is wide as open. It is as dark as it could be. You can see nothing. Now, I was able to turn my head away from it for a moment and I realized, hey, I'm not alone here. So, despite the quietness, hang on. Me either. I don't know why, but it's always terrifying when the door is open. Exactly. But despite not seeing anything with that door open, not seeing anything there was very unnerving. And it is quiet as hell. I'm glad you brought that up because it was dead quiet. There is nothing there. There is no sound, no nothing. It is like nothing existed to make sound. And so I turned my head the other way because even though it took so much effort to do so, I was like, okay, I need to kind of get an idea what the hell is going on. I'm restrained. I know this. It is dark. It's night. My door is open. So, because I, like at first, I genuinely thought I was in danger. But then I'm like, when I saw that smoking all around my wrist, I'm like, okay, I'm asleep. Which is good and bad to be aware of, that you're asleep. But of course, I didn't say anything verbally, and I let it slide for the moment being, because I'm like, hey, this is realistic, because this is not it's all like I don't know how people vision it, but it is realistic as shit. I mean, like, you telling me that this existed in my nightmare exactly how it is. I can tell you exactly how it looked in the nightmare to look exactly like this cup. Because it looked so realistic that if I'm still asleep, this is as real as it looks. Because it's exactly like that. And I hadn't even got to the best parts yet. So I realized that, hey, it is dark and all. No one's here. The door is wide as open. I can't see shit around that door. It is dark in my bedroom. Something is there watching me. I don't mean this out of, hey, it is supposed to be spooky. I mean, something, not just one thing. There was multiple, whatever the hell there was, watching me. And it is worse when you can pinpoint. Because it, like I said, it wasn't just one. I was able to force my head to turn to the door. Like I said, it took so much unnecessary amount of energy to turn my head. So I look back at the door. I still can't see shit. But what I do see is some damn dolls. There is rows of them coming into the bedroom, as quiet as they could be, all facing towards the bed. So not just walking in. I mean, all of them's like coming in, but keeping their eyes directly on the bed as they're moving in. I cannot see them move until I look around and realize that they're moving in the more I'm looking away from them. So, hey, do you have the chunky blanket? I made sure it could help with the cold weather, lol. I sleep with mine nightly, and it's awesome, and it could be comforting. Gosh, I wish I could stop yawning. It is very comforting, actually. I have the one that you made me that's on my bed. I don't have that one out right now. I had the first one you made me on the back of a recliner, and then I had that pink, purple, red one that's on my bed right now, actually. So I have that. Um, so I have that one out with me right now because I've been sleeping with that at night. So I still love them. I love them to death. But I'm gonna take me a moment to drink because my throat. Which blanket? I made you three blankets, lol. The one with the red, pink, and purple. I'll call it the Valentine's Day blanket because of the coloration of it. So that's what I call it. I call it Valentine's Day. It's just how all the colors are. I associate it with Valentine's Day, despite the fact I barely ever have Valentines. So there's that. But I love it. I love it a lot. But same. But yeah, the dolls coming in, all looking at the bed. So, despite the fact that they're all looking at the bed, they're all slowly moving in. The more I look away from them and I come back, there's more of them. And it gets worse to the point where another time I did yank at restraints. So I yanked at both wrists because I do remember the sensation of it. It slid slightly up, but it went down and locked tighter to where pretty much it hurts. Um, It hurts to move. And so I look, and there's just dolls all the way to the other door for my bathroom. And there's rows of them. I'm not talking like maybe just a singular row. I'm talking about maybe 3 to 4 rows of dolls coming in. And I look, and there's still more coming in the damn door. So, yeah, no, I don't want to screw with them. And so these dolls, they're all porcelain dolls. Even some I've never seen. So, they're all wearing dresses and all. Some of them, they're even more like wearing farm suits and stuff like that. They're wearing various outfits that are different. But they're all porcelain dolls. The back row you could barely make out. Like I said, it's either third, fourth row. I think there might have been at least 4 rows at this point. You could barely see them. But the front 2 rows, all you see is red eyes. You see cracked smiles. You see red eyes. The first row, maybe some of them in the second row, were wielding knives. They were holding knives. You might hear some sounds in the background because she's on the damn wheel. I might get up and go feed her in a moment. But they were wielding knives. And they're all just standing there looking at the bed while I'm restrained. I can't do anything. And I'm just like, well, shit, whatever y'all doing, I can't do anything to stop this. So, despite the fact that I'm there, I don't hear, like I said, I hear nothing. I don't hear anything. But all I felt was, well, for a moment, actually, I heard a thud. I heard a light thud. And then it went to ever so slowly, I felt movement at the foot of the bed. It's like, if you ever had like a small cat jump on your bed, or like some small, like, I want to say like a little puppy, but I want to say more than anything, it's like a kitten that jumps up on your bed, like a cat that jumps up on your bed, but slowly makes its way to you from the foot of the bed. You feel the covers moving, shifting, but it's ever so lightly. You barely notice it, but it's there. So you can identify that there's something there. And probably got to the point of how I was. I mean, I'm pretty much just restrained to each corner. And this doll is what I saw. It is a doll that I had interacted with on a physical level of being awake. The first interaction with it. So this doll is holding a knife. She has blood all over her. She wears a dress. And it's kind of like, it's like this, strangely enough, it's like this colored napkin. Cause she's still there. Hang on, let me fold the napkin to a extent that I can. It's about to like that color. I don't know how it's going to display on the camera, so I have to wait a moment. But it's maybe about the color of this napkin. I think maybe more like, hang on, if I pull it back, will it show? It's more like this color. Yeah, a little more yellow. It's maybe more this color, just like a lighter tint to it. It's harder to tell because my thing is actually like my actual skin color and all, whereas y'all's is like more yellow or something. And it's odd. I don't like it. But if I turn this to the other one of the other colors, I look pale as hell. So I can't turn it. But it's like one of those brown paper towels, but it's a very, very slight different shade of it. That's kind of like a tannish color, if it makes sense. And it's like a little, I call it an adventuring dress. But this doll had blood all over that dress. Some of it looked dry and some of it looked fresh. So, additionally, thrown out that I could fell, this doll had a cracked smile, so she has like a little smile on her face, and then the cracks extend outwards almost to her ears. So it maybe stopped about halfway, so somewhere around the cheek area to maybe here. And her eyes had black smoke around it, but they were red. You could see the redness despite the smoke. So, and to top it off, when she got closer, I didn't pay too much attention to this, but she had tears of blood coming down her face. So she had, it's like one singular strand of blood on both sides, but they were coming down her face when she got closer to me. And it went to a point where I could actually see her move. Because at first she would not move whenever I was looking at her. But her feet were like this. And all you see is one leg lift and slowly move forward. And then it's placed down while the other one stays still. Then as soon as that one's planted flat, I'm sorry you can't really see it. As soon as that one's planted flat, she takes the other one, goes forward, meets about even just a little bit flat. And she goes on until one of the last steps is almost exactly on my stomach, I believe. Exactly on my stomach. Her feet are both side by side with one another. Look on Messenger. It's going to take me a moment if I had to read stuff, so it's going to be rough for me trying to sit there and do all the stuff as well. But she's standing. I'm gonna try to keep on while I try to read this, so it may take me a moment. And I'll have to read more into that. But she is standing on my stomach, and she has a knife. I didn't include this. She has a knife, and that blade is probably about that big. And so she has that knife. It looked like it had been used before, and she's standing straight up, by the way, with this knife. So she's holding a knife, happy she can be straight up. She bends down, pretty much towering over me. And this is where it may be gruesome for some people, but she takes the knife and she goes from right here to all the way down to the middle, goes down, and then goes to my heart. From there, because I can't do shit, I can feel the pain. So I don't know how reassuring that is for anyone, but I can feel the pain. It is not fun. I can't scream. I'm silently with. I probably do have the ability to scream, but I'm silently laying there in pain, just my mouth agape trying to scream, even though there's no sound coming out. And when she goes to my heart, she stops for a moment, takes the knife out, and repeatedly stabs me in the heart. Repeatedly. I don't know how many times. I I don't know why there's people trying to add me on Snapchat. But we'll go find out how creepy they are, I guess. Let's see. Let's see how bad it is. Yeah, there's already a snap. Let's see. Yeah, that is suspicious as hell. Hello, hi. I think you don't need to be friends with me because you know why? That is some suspicious as shit stuff. Give me a moment so I can actually find a way to. I forget how to do it. There we go. Let me see if I can manage that. Do this. Wish they did both technically. Okay. Sorry, it's taking me a moment. I'm having to kind of figure my stuff out. This is why I can't have my phone out. This is why I can't have my phone out to do anything but have live chat up. Because I can have my phone out, I just sidetrack real easily. So that's a problem. But, she stabs me in the heart repeatedly. I don't know how many times. I don't know how much time has went by. She keeps on. Finally, after all that excruciating pain, I wake up. Now, at that point of time, it's bright outside. It is early in the morning, but it's bright outside. Sun's already up. So maybe 10 to 11ish in the morning. I get up, I go to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth, all that good shit. The door is closed. And I don't remember shutting the door, but like I said, I could have. I could have been stressed. I could have been upset mentally. Turn around, I open the door. There's this goddamn doll. This same damn doll that stabbed me, every damn thing else, standing at the door. I used to have a sleep talking problem. So I genuinely thought maybe I was sleep talking and someone paid attention to it. I genuinely thought I had slept talk again. And I didn't. So pretty much this doll is standing there. It is straight, there's no knife, no blood, no nothing wrong with this doll physically. It is just a doll. It's just standing there. In a very suspicious place because it shouldn't be there. It should be on a shelf like it is currently. This doll is just standing there at the door. And so, at this point, I think I turned off the lights behind me for the bathroom. So I'm standing there at the doorframe looking down this doll like, what the hell happened? What's going on? Why is this doll here? Because I had woke up. So I'm like, okay, maybe someone playing a prank on me. And paying attention to this doll, I realized his eyes is looking for, like, it looks as normal as it can be, right? Like, right? It's as normal as it can be, all looking friendly and all harmless. Then you realize, hell no. This doll doesn't move his head or anything, but you can make out where his eyes are. And his eyes go from looking straight ahead to look at me exactly in the eye, maintaining eye contact. As soon as I saw that shit, I kicked that damn doll to the damn window and you heard that shit shatter. So I knew she out the damn house. So let me get that clear. I don't screw with that. So I go downstairs and I'm like, okay, maybe I overreacted. Just maybe. Maybe I overreacted. And everything's normal downstairs. My mom was in the kitchen. She's making herself a cappuccino from the Keurig. And so she's finishing up. I walk over to her. And she doesn't say hey, she doesn't say any greeting. She doesn't even look at me. She says, "Did you sleep well?" Now, keep in mind everything's normal. But that interaction with the doll and that question, there's two things. That question, she's never asked that question in that specific way. If she asks me that question, it's usually, how did you sleep? So I'm like, okay, that's odd. That's very odd. And so she takes her mug, she goes back in the living room. I'm standing there for a moment as she's walking, and I'm like, okay, this is not right. Something is still wrong. Something is still wrong. It doesn't feel right. Something is off. And especially with that question, it bothered me a lot. She goes to sit down. I'm looking at her when she sat down. She's normal. She's fine. So I go. We have a couch that kind of belongs to the staircase. And I looked up the staircase. There's nothing there. It's still bright and all. I sit down on the couch. I look at my mom. She's drinking her cappuccino all peacefully. Everything is as calm as it can be. No more dealing with the doll. No more creepy shit. She's drinking her cappuccino. I'm sitting there, I'm relaxing. There's still no sounds other than that question she asked and the two other sounds, the window breaking and a thud. Other than that is complete silence. Additionally, we have a TV. I didn't see the TV there. It's just a blank wall, like nothing's ever been mounted there, and she's looking at it as if something's playing, but there's nothing there. So I'm relaxed. I'm laying on the couch. My body's finally relaxing. I look at the staircase. There's nothing there. I look back at her once again. She's still normal. But there's this still uneasiness feeling that's there and something is wrong. And I'm like, maybe I'm just overthinking. Maybe I'm overreacting. And certainly, nope, I was right. There was something there. I look at the damn staircase again because I really felt like at this point I was being watched. And there's more dolls. Except this time there's some stuffed animals. But they didn't necessarily have the bright glowing red eyes. They had dim glowing red eyes this time. And behind them you see shadows. There's no light, there's shadows. And they're just sitting there watching. Some of them look like they've been slightly torn up. Some of them still have cracks on them. But they were not wielding any weapons. They were just sitting there watching me. And none of them had blood on them. Just watching. And so at this point, I'm creeped the hell out. My body's tensed up again. And at this point, I think I'm frozen out of fear. But I'm not. I had the nerve to look at my mom because this I didn't like. I didn't like seeing all that. I thought I was awake. And so I look back at my mom. That is not my mother. That is not my mom. That is not the person who has been there for me. That is not someone I recognize. Yes, it is the physical appearance of my mother. But that is not my mom. That is something that is not my mom. That is some paranormal bullshittery possession shit that you don't want. And so she's all, she doesn't have blood on her, but she just does not look right. She has this creepy smile. Something in her eyes did not look right. I can't remember what her eyes look like for that. It was not her, it was something else. And she's just a little bit away from me. But she gets right up to me, so I'm gonna demonstrate. So I don't mean to creep y'all out, but she was like this. She is probably this far away from my face. And she's like, "Did you sleep well?" Her smile extends more. And she gets a little bit closer. "Did you sleep well?" Tilting her head. As if that wasn't creepy enough. She got practically one more time in my face, even closer, tilting her head more, with a smile at that point we could see skin tearing. And said it one more time. "Did you sleep well?" I didn't give any kind of response because I'm scared shitless. I can't do anything. I'm scared. This point, it gave me a false sense of security that I am at peace, that I'm genuinely awake. And I, at that point in time, I woke up. I actually woke up. I am actually awake. I had been crying. Have you ever noticed if when you cry, when your tears dry, you can still feel where they have went, where they fell and everything? Like you can still feel them there even though they're not there anymore, technically, that they dried on your face. I felt that, and then additionally, by the time I had actually opened my eyes, registered that, I was still crying because I was scared. So I don't know what scared me most. I don't know. I don't know if it's from the doll. I don't know if it's from me basically having to endure that pain of being essentially gutted almost from the upper portion. I don't know if it's from whatever that was. I didn't even include this. After she said that third thing, before I woke up, I will include this just because this is still part of it. Whatever that damn thing was, that was not my mom. It physically looked like her, but it was this distortion and all that was not her. Whatever the hell this thing was, I don't know. But the last thing that was said right before I woke up, and it took me a moment to remember it, but I remember it. The last words that imposter thing said was, "You made Francie mad." That was it. That was all that was said. I woke up. Again, you could feel where tears have dried. I was still crying. I was not okay. And it went to the point where anything in the bed, like a pillow that I'm not laying on, or something that's not the cover, I did not want touching me. I was scared. I did not want anything touching me except what I already registered as touching me when I went to sleep. So an additional pillow scared me. Any other thing that's there, like a hoodie or a stuffed animal or something there, would scare me. So I'm essentially laying there for a little while in hopes maybe I'll calm down. And my body was still as tense as it could be, but it got to a point where I really wasn't calming down, but my body loosened just barely enough to register, "You're okay right now. You're okay. Breathe." I hate that. I hate that, and I still hate that. So I was able to get breathing under control, but my body was still very tense. I was able to get up. As soon as my feet touched the ground, I yanked back from the floor because I did not want anything touching me without me registering, hey, this is something you can safely touch. So I get up, I'm walking around just a little bit to the bathroom. I did not want to shut that door to wash my face and all, but I had to because I felt safer. It was either take the possibility that that damn doll would be there with the door open or be there with the door closed. And at that point in time, to make myself feel some kind of security, safety, something to be at peace with, that moment was to shut that door. Shut the door and wash my face. I'm still scared. I'm very sensitive to what's going on at that point. So, with the door shut, I washed my face, and as soon as I stopped washing my face, I looked around in hopes maybe the doll didn't come in. So, I brushed my teeth and on. As soon as that all took place, I opened the door. I looked around because the doll is not physically there. I looked on the shelf. The doll is on the shelf. The doll is on the shelf. I'm glad it's on the shelf because I don't want to deal with it. And I turn off the light, shut the door behind me. I'm still keeping my eye on the doll. So as I'm walking through the room, I have my eyes trained on that damn doll walking to my bed. I sat down in bed for a little bit, tried to collect myself a little bit more before going downstairs. And I don't know if I was ever truthful to my mom about it, but I slept horribly. And who would sleep well? Who would sleep okay in a matter of having that happen to them? But then again, I have nightmares often. But that one is one that sticks with me because when I went downstairs, my mom was actually in the kitchen. She was in the kitchen fixing herself a cappuccino in the same damn mug that I saw in that nightmare. So she's fixing it, and pretty much, I'm gonna take me a break for a moment. And pretty much, like I said, she's fixing herself a cappuccino in the same damn mug. I stop before going in the kitchen. I'm about halfway. I'm about halfway passing this couch to like about the doorway of the kitchen, but I could see her. And I was like, oh hell no with that. But I go in, trying to act as calm as I can, collective as I can, to appear that I'm okay. Nothing happened. Nothing weird, nothing bizarre, nothing happened with me. Practically had my throat slit open, being stabbed in the heart. Repeatedly, like nothing happened. Go in the kitchen, and she greeted me. I greeted her. We talk, normal conversation, kind of just short little conversation. She goes to her recliner, she sits down, she turns on TV, she's watching TV. I follow shortly behind, I sit down on the couch. I'm scared still because it's almost the same setup as that taking place in the second portion of the nightmare. I look up to the staircase, trying not to look suspicious. There's nothing there. It's still light. It's early in the morning, about the same lighting as present. And, or as, not right now, because it's nighttime right now. It's about midnight. 1 minute till midnight, honestly. But, it's the same morning lighting you're familiar with. Very warm, it's very welcoming, very comforting to have. She drank her cappuccino, sit on the couch. Like I said, I see nothing in the staircase. I'm scared. I'm still on high alert, and I am not ready to do a round 3 of this bullshit. I really am not ready for it. So I look at her. She's drinking her cappuccino. Like I said, she's watching TV. So I'm like, okay, I can maybe relax, but I was so scared to relax. So maybe for like 2 or 3 hours afterwards, I am still tense. But that entire day, I was so jumpy, and I'm not that jumpy. And anyone knows me know that I'm not that jumpy of a person unless I've had stuff going on. She is in a litter box. That threw me off. But anyone who knows me know I'm not really that jumpy. There's some points where I am. You good? There's some points where I am jumpy. There's some points where I am genuinely jumpy. But not all the time. And even so, that was like the worst entire day. After it, I think I was also slightly scared about the second day, but once I realized nothing was going similar to it the second day, I think I was okay enough to be like, okay, it's fine, it's safe. But that entire day, I was scared. I did not feel safe. I did not feel comfortable. I could not fathom anything being different from that nightmare because it scared me so much. So, after I got to the point where I was genuinely okay and was aware I was okay, it seemed to have subsided with most of the stuff going on with that doll. And pretty much at this point, I think that's all relating to majority of the nightmare. Um just roughly. But that was a nightmare that screwed me pretty badly because especially with the part of it being my mom. I love watching horror movies. I love playing horror games, but when it comes to shit that I'm very familiar with, such as my own house and all, yeah, I'm terrified because more than anything, it's things that I already know, and it screws with that. I have a more horrendous nightmare I can talk about. It's not probably something as strong as this one. It's still affecting me pretty badly, but it is horrendously more emotionally terrible to me because it doesn't deal with possession and shit. It deals with a lot of personal relations to individuals. And I can talk about that in a different stream. So if y'all just want me to do like late night nightmare streams or something like that, story times about them, I think it might be a good idea. And I like I said, I think for now that'd be all for this nightmare. See, messing with that damn door. But I think I got everything included for it. But like I said, there's some portions I had missed out when I did recordings of this, so I'm hoping I got everything done. But I don't know. And for y'all curious, I have a laser pointer. That's what I'm using for my cat right now. Because she likes to try to break into my closet doors back there. So, So, I like to, whether you're in the stream or not, even if you're passing by and you happen just to chill on this for a good little while, despite it being very eerily quiet and all, I want to know your input because I think it's very interesting to see what other people think about it. Whether you can relate to it being your own personal experience. If you want to share a nightmare, I can read it out if y'all want me to, or just like I said, feel free to share in with whatever you want to. Because that to me is one of the things that has stuck with me, and it's been like a good while ago since really I last had an interaction with that damn doll. And I think this may be late 8th grade to very late middle school to like maybe 9th to 10th grade high school. If I remember the time correctly. I hate yawning so much. It's so irrelevant to, or so inconvenient, really, more than anything else. But here's about what y'all think about it. As I said, I think I pretty much covered most of it if I didn't cover all of it. Because that's just something that's been on my mind for a while, and I've been wanting to with Wardwell House. I've been wanting to talk about my reaction for that and share more about it because I really wanted to. I just didn't know how to best approach it. And at this point, I think it's better now than never, and because it's a month of October. Why not? I haven't done anything spooky in October, and I like doing spooky stuff, but I figured because why not? I've been wanting to do this. What's the better time than now? I have one more weekend left in it, and I still don't have anything planned for October. So I gotta do at least one spooky thing. But yeah, for you, I'll make sure to read. I hate so much. It's so inconvenient. But they talk about pumpkin carving. But if y'all want to add on with anything, I am willing to listen. And I'll make sure to read those because it could have some significant impact. It could just not be anything really. Because there's a lot of things that can happen, and it to some people it could have meaning, and some people it couldn't. Because I'm not someone who's afraid of porcelain dolls. It's just the fact that there is an issue that had arisen with one of them based off an interaction with it. As I said, I think I can make those interactions those themselves like their own video. I think I can put it all in one video, maybe two. But I don't like that. Well, something just like pinched my shirt. And I'm not gonna lie about that. That something like just pinched my shirt. What the? I don't like that. Someone just like pinched the back of my shirt. I'm gonna just treat that as like my tank top shifting on me. I'm just gonna treat it like that because that was just weird. But like pinched my shirt. I don't like that. But no, it just like I said, I'm not afraid of the dolls. It's just that interaction with it just not okay. Because right now, I could look at the dolls and be fine with them. But that one, just because of that nightmare, I have a reaction to just being surrounded by them. In that game, it was really impacted me. And in most games, I really don't mind being around dolls, but I certainly don't want them moving towards me or being a threat in any way, shape, or form. But they're not as bad as that one time, and I just figured it would help if I can explain that nightmare, that it would give you more insight why I reacted that way and just kind of went to the point where I did not want to play anymore. I sincerely did not want to play that game anymore. I did not want to. I wanted to leave. I wanted to quit. I wanted to just be away. But sadly, I say sadly, I am glad I finished that game. But it sucked with those dolls. I hated it. I hated every moment of it. Go ahead and click this, that way I can check. I love how it says that excellent connection. I'm sitting here like, that's not like in my stream. Hey, hi, I didn't want you gone. I wanted the other thing gone. Oh no. Hey, can I please have that back? Thank you. I would love to have that back, please. I'm still streaming. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I was trying to get this fixed. Wow, awesome. Welp. Ow. I didn't mean that. Welp. Ow. There's pin chat. What? There's pin chat. What? There's pin chat. Sorry, I was trying to make sure my damn audio and all that stuff. Sorry about that. I was trying to fix it. But like I actually my thing, I wasn't wanting to do that, but okay. Okay. So I think that's all I can really cover, but I wanted to get more insight on it, which is primarily what I wanted to do and talk about that nightmare, because it is something that I still remember very vividly, and because almost all of it was very realistic. That yeah, of course I'm gonna remember it because it's scary. And so besides that, like I sincerely don't have a problem with dolls, but now they just kind of they have that eeriness because it kind of reminds me of it, but they're not something to be afraid about for me. But with those small interactions, they done a lot to psychologically mess with me at this point. So I can't really say, hey, just cut it out kind of thing. My chat didn't disable or anything, right? I just want to double check. If it disabled, please let me know. You have a way to reach me. I just need to make sure my chat didn't shut off. It seemed like I could still type and all, but then again, I think I'm the one that has authority to do that. Without having to really question that right now, so. That's why I ask, so I can double check. So I can double check, people. So anyways, without further ado, I'm probably gonna go ahead, I think, start wrapping it up. That way I can leave you people to your own devices and all, and hopefully you won't end up in a situation like me being restrained to a bed, trying to escape the wrath of porcelain dolls, because that was shit. So feel free, share any experiences if you want to. I'd be able to read them and all. Feel free to leave a like. Feel free to subscribe. I know a lot of you aren't subscribed if you're watching this. But then again, I doubt you'd be here for this long. I didn't include any music because I just didn't have anything that was either fitting or felt like that was too hard to too harsh on a lot of things. So I didn't want to include them. I don't know where that piece of plastic came from, but they have a piece of plastic there, I guess. That's concerning. But yeah. I figured that'd probably be it. I wanted to upload, but I didn't really have a way to do exactly what I wanted to for an upload, so I figured it'd be better streaming it. So if y'all want to see more of this, please let me know and I'll try to do more. and I'll figure it out from there. If y'all want me to talk about more about the doll and all, I can. Like I said, probably its own separate video. It could be one, it could be two. They're not very major experiences, but they're still very spooky to me. So it might be something that y'all might want to listen to or something. I can do that. So I'll probably go ahead and leave y'all here. And hopefully chat didn't disable. I got campus tomorrow. That's gonna be both fun and sucky. So we'll figure it out. So without further ado, thank you. Like I said, I think I covered everything. There's something else I do want to talk about later, but I'll probably be talking about that during December. So be aware for that. We'll see how I do for that, and maybe I can do it. And I think that's pretty much about it, really. I think that's pretty much it. I pretty much just figured I'd be on, talk about it, and be done. So, thank y'all so much for your time, and sincerely, thank you for hanging in there. I just figured this would be something, since I talked about before on various streams, that I should go ahead and do it, or else I'm never gonna do it. So, thank you all so much for your time. I really hope you enjoy it. This is just my experience with it. Y'all don't have to. Y'all don't have to do anything with it. I just figured I'd share it and see what y'all thought about it. So, I think without further ado, I'm leaving. So, thank you so much, and I really did enjoy your time. So, feel free to leave a like and feel free to leave any comments and also subscribe. Thank you, and I hope to catch y'all next time, especially if I am streaming. Feel free to pop in and say hello. There goes my water. At least I didn't spill it like Mark spills his stuff. I do think he should make a compilation of how many times he spills stuff around his desk, or how many times he forgets to display a game on screen to his viewers, because, man, I think that would be amazing. So, without further ado, I think that's it. So, I'm gonna shut up and wrap up. I sincerely thank y'all, and I really do enjoy being here, and especially y'all being here and choosing to do that. It really does make my night and all. Anyways, again, thank you, and I hope to catch y'all next time. Bye!